hope that everybody is okay. Welcome to another English lesson on Tom and the Island of Dinosaurs. So yesterday we were describing Tom and his granddad with different adjectives, and today we are going to be describing the weather with different adjectives. Before we start our learning, please can you write the long date Wednesday the 10th of June 2020 and the LI to use adjectives to describe the weather. Pause the video to complete this. For today's lesson, you will need your workbook, a pencil, purple pen or pencil for corrections, the word maps from the website, and the weather pictures from the website. So here is our story map from yesterday. There once was a boy called Tom who lived with his grandfather in an old lighthouse at the edge of the sea. Now, see if you can say that to your adult by yourself. Did you manage to get it correct? Now today we are going on to the next page of the book. Between them, Tom and his grandfather took care of the lighthouse. On stormy days and moonless nights, they would light the lamp to show passing ships where the rocks were. So this is the first part of our story map, and now we are going to draw the second part for the next page. Between them, so I've drawn an arrow between them, Tom and his granddad took care of the lighthouse. Full stop. Now can you draw the rest of the page? I've finished the rest of the page like this. Between them, Tom and his granddad took care of the lighthouse. On stormy days and moonless nights, they would light the lamp to show passing ships where the rocks were. There once was a boy called Tom who lived with his grandfather in an old lighthouse at the edge of the sea. Between them, Tom and his grandfather took care of the lighthouse. On stormy days and moonless nights, they would light the lamp to show passing ships where the rocks were. Well done if you were able to say that. What is the weather like in this part of the story? Can you remember? Talk to your adult or your partner. The weather is stormy. So now I'm going to show you some photos of stormy weather. Can you think about some of the adjectives that could describe what you can see and how it makes you feel? Write down at least 2 adjectives for each picture. Can you write 2 adjectives to describe this picture or how it makes you feel? And can you write 2 adjectives for this picture? And can you write 2 adjectives for this picture? And 2 adjectives for this picture? And finally 2 adjectives for this picture. So when I was looking at the pictures, these are some words that I thought about and I made a word bank. So you've all been making your own word banks and you can add these words if you don't already have them. Windy, stormy, blustery, so that means that there are strong winds. Wild, unsettled, so that means that the weather changes a lot. It could be rainy and then sunny and then gloomy and then thunder. Gloomy, scary and howling winds. Can you choose 2 adjectives to complete this sentence about stormy weather? The weather was something and something else. You can use your word banks. So I said the weather was blustery and gloomy. So here I have retold the second part of the story, the second page, but I have added my description about the weather. Between them, Tom and his grandfather took care of the old wooden lighthouse. On freezing cold, blustery, storming days and gloomy, wild, moonless nights, they would light the glowing lamp to show passing ships where the dangerous rocks were. In a storm, there were strong, howling winds which were frightening. So, I've added my adjectives to say what the weather was like, and the bits in yellow are what I have added. If you are in Mrs. Coker or Miss Thurlow's phonics group, Please can you label this picture with adjectives to describe the weather? You can use the word mats on the website to help you or think of your own. And then once you have labelled the picture with your adjectives, can you write simple sentences? For example, the wind is freezing cold or the storm is gloomy. You can talk about the wind or the waves or the rain or how dark it is. If you are in my phonics group or Miss Zadie's phonics group, please can you use the word bank that you made, the word mat and the story map to retell the second page. Remember to add adjectives and descriptions of the stormy weather. So, for example, on freezing cold, blustery, stormy days and gloomy, wild, moonless nights, they would light the lamp to show passing ships where the dangerous rocks were. In a storm, there were strong, howling winds which were frightening. So this is my one, and you can change it now with your adjectives. If you are in Mrs. Mehta or Miss Huth's phonics group, please can you retell the second page of the story as well with adjectives to describe the stormy weather. Remember to use an exclamation mark and try to use adjectives with and est suffixes. So for example, the gloomy storm had the largest grey rain clouds and blustery winds. It was extremely frightening. So here are some shout outs for today. This is Aroma's work. Aroma is working really hard at school. And here is Kaylin's predictions work. Here is Nicole's character description work. And Zasha's holiday recount writing. And Teddy's predictions. And Yusuf has done an amazing retell of the first page. Well done, Yusuf. Remember to send your work to the Year 1 email address so that we can see what you've been doing at home. And please can you send your end of year report comments to your teachers as well. So thank you to everybody who's already sent them in. We hope you all have